Yo, what up folks, MTG here with Mono Black Devotion in Explorer. I said I would cover it once the set was out, and now Phyrexian is here. We have some new fancy tools. Both of them actually have Phyrexian in their names. So we'll start off with Obliterator, which we did record a video with in Rakdos the other day. So if you're interested in that, check that out. But black for a 5/5 with trample, but how the key bit, whenever a source does damage to Phyrexian Obliterator, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. Super hard to deal with. Damage-based removal will put you in a whole world of hurt. And so, hey, Obliterator is a new card, and as for Devotion, we do also have, from Phyrexian Arena, 1 black enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and lose a life. Just constant card advantage over the source of the game. The way these kind of like mirror sense, like the kind of like mid-range mirror sensor goes that often in Explorer at the moment, and in Pioneer, you're left in kind of top deck mirrors. It's the same as very much true for like black-red, and that kind of thing. And so constant source of card advantage are super nice. And then kind of to stop you kind of killing yourself with, you've got Thoughtseize as well, you've got Phyrexian Arena. Obviously the big draw that's always been there for Black Devotion kind of since the Devotion mechanic came out is Grey Merchant and Asphodel. 3 black, whenever Grey Merchant as Asphodel enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life or X devotion to black, you gain life equal to the life lost this way. And so we are, like, you know, fairly top heavy here. We have 4 copies of Obliterator, we have those 4 copies of Grey Merchant, which is like your huge big payoff. And then we have a couple of other things floating around at the top, and then we'll work our way down. So also up at the top here, we've got Invoke Despair, super powerful card on the format, one of the main incentives already in the format to play like a mono black style deck. But 1 black, target opponent sacrifices a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life, you draw a card, and then also do that for an enchantment and Planeswalker. Very strong, source of like huge card advantage, which is quite important, as we talked about. And hey, we'll absolutely annihilate some decks. Really give us something like green, where they want to go wide with Planeswalker, just like, okay, cool, we're going to get value out of each of the modes. And in the matchups where you can't get value out of each of the modes, it's just a massive draw and domes them for like 6. So, hey, love that. Sheoldred is obviously just a staple of, you're playing a black mid-range deck, you're going to play Sheoldred, no matter what your other colours are, if you're playing any others. But hey, yeah, absolute all-star. 4/5 with Death Touch, whenever you draw a card you gain 2 life, when your opponent draws a card they lose 2 life. Nice, and then the last thing we have at 4 is a Baleful Mastery, which we'll come back around to this when we get into our removal. And so kind of, we have this really clunky top end, but all the cards are super powerful and synergize really well with each other. And so to kind of get us there, starting at 1 we've got Fatal Push and Thoughtseize, kind of our pair of all-star, again, just all the cards in this deck are pretty great, I'll be honest. All-star removal spell, also hand disruption, hey, take what you want, and just kill all the other creatures. It's great versus aggro, it's great versus mono green, so you have to deal with all elves. Excellent. At 2 we have a range of kill spells. We have 1 copy of Go for the Throat, 2 copies of Power Word Kill, and then rounding that out we've got 1 copy of the new Sheoldred's Edict. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about Edict yet. It's blown me out a bit playing on the other end of it. Yeah, each opponent, and it catches all 3 modes, so sacrifices non-token, sacrifices a creature token, sacrifices a planeswalker, and that makes it a little bit better. With the first 2 modes, being able to differentiate between non-token and token makes it a bit better than a normal Edict. And hey, you can get Planeswalkers as well. Super nice there. And then kind of the other thing in the main deck we have is 1 copy of Meathook Massacre, kind of holding down the fort versus aggro decks. And of course, as an enchantment, it does stay in play and give us that Devotion too. At 3, along with the Phyrexian Arenas, we've got 1 copy of Murderous Rider. Just kind of wanted to play an extra couple of catch-all answers for catch-all. It creates the Planeswalkers, but mostly I just want another way to kill Planeswalkers in the main. And hey, you can then play it as a lifelink 2/3, which again adds Devotion, I guess. And then 4 copies of Liliana the Veil, just really attack your opponent's hand a bit. We're going to draw extra cards in the Phyrexian Arena. Let's stop that. Let's punish them and run them out of cards with Liliana. And obviously, hey, more Edicts, totally fine. Very powerful ultimate, of course. And then that 1 copy of Baleful Mastery, again, a bit like the Murderous Rider, holding it down versus Planeswalkers, and it's got a little bit of flexibility on it as well. Mana base, very straightforward. We've got 20 Swamps, 2 copies of Castle, 2 copies of Hive, and 1 Takenuma, which has some really nice targets to recycle with the Sheoldred, Obliterator, and the Gary later on in the game. Awesome. Let's have a look at the sideboard. So we start off with this hand disruption plan. 2 copies of Duress, and 2 copies of Go Blank. I was really tempted to try and put some Wastelands on the sideboard and play like a 4 copies of Duress to already kind of like go along with our Thoughtseize and Leon in the main deck. It's a little cute. It's something you could try if you wanted to. But I've just gone for the kind of standard 2 Duress, 2 Go Blanks here, which also doubles as Graveyard Hate. Our main piece of Graveyard Hate is 4 copies of Lay Down in the Void, which, hey, again, adds to Devotion. Why not? It just, yeah, the complete hose. And then Along with those, we have Thought Distortion as our other kind of as our fifth hand spell, specifically versus control decks or kind of like combo decks that will combo you quite late, like combo decks with interaction, something like blue red. Creativity. Can't be countered. Opponent reveals their hand, exile all non-creature non-land cards from that player's hand and graveyard. Cards just great. It's just getting to that 6 mana. Totally fine. So hey, it's not for like faster combo decks or kind of like faster decks with loads of spells. But versus things like versus different control decks, it's just a complete nightmare for them. And then kind of rounding things off, we've got 2 copies of Meathook Massacre again for those aggro decks. And hey, again, you've got that ability to as an enchantment that stays in play. That is legendary. Sure, that's fine. Some incidental like life gain stuff attached to it as well, which is nice. And then a couple of copies of Sorin for those mid-range control matchups. Either just draw more cards, and the vampires are great too. And so here we are. All that being said, the deck seems super sweet. I've played a couple of games with it. Seems pretty good. I'm really excited. I love casting very much on Asphodel, and I hate having it cast against me. So let's go hop into some ranked games. We're going to play some ranked Jester 3. I will see you there. Also, if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. I do mostly Explorer content. I do have a couple of Pioneer and Modern things coming out in about a week or so, because I'm playing a couple of paper events. I'll be at Axion this weekend. The big gathering event in the UK. But mostly I do Explorer content with I dabble in a few other different sports as well. But hey, if you're interested in that, I try and cover as many decks as possible. If you have anything you want to see in particular as well, please let me know in the comments. With that all out of the way, let's hop into ranked. Alright, let's go. First opponent. What do we have, or what do we have? We'll see. Yeah, 25 lands, deck's fairly consistent. Again, it is quite high on the top end. We've got a lot of early interaction. So go for that. Hand looks very solid. We've got Fatal Push, you've got how to manage with the Phyrexian Arena, we've got more interaction with the Murder Shriner. Whatever way this goes, I'm fairly confident I'm keeping. Pellet Collector. I think I'm just going to kill this now, just in case they have something shenanigan-y. A couple of different hexproof effects for 1 mana that could they could potentially play us out with. I'd rather not have to worry about it. Oh, the Liliana draw here is excellent. Likely they're only going to play 1 creature this turn, we're just going to have to get to the Liliana and minus on it. Okay, this is maybe the worst example. Just lets them get quite far ahead on mana. But Pellet Collector suggests green aggro rather than green ramp. And so I feel fairly happy. Even though it's a little risky making the sacrifice of the Ogre roll. The one thing about this is it's a bit of a mystery. I'm slightly worried that they drop like a 4/4 with haste here. I can't remember the name of the one that's really good against Planeswalkers. Okay. Now our 4th land, we actually do want to hit 5? I'm not sure I want to... I should tick up Liliana because we have the... we should be able to activate again. They might just sacrifice, get a troll here. I'm trying to work out what I want to discard. We have the Arena. We need the Arena. We've got 2 removal spells, which we know will be good. Evoke Spell is going to draw us cards as well. Evoke Spell actually makes them sacrifice the enchantment if they don't use it here. This could be a company, to be fair. Yeah. I kind of like tick up discard Arena. It's a little risky.
We all have things we'd rather.
Yeah, I think we have enough card advantage. We have a lot of answers here. But worried about company, but we'll let them go to attacks. I imagine that's what's coming. Yeah, here we go. Back to company inbound. What do we have? We have this Murderous Rider and the Power Kill for interaction, which is why we kind of discarded this Phyrexian Arena. And we know that we're going to untap with Invoke Despair next turn. It just depends exactly what they hit. Okay, double Land War Elf I'm not too worried about. See where the attacks come. It's 6 mana now. Like if they are playing like Collector Company with Storm the Festival, this is a pretty nice draw for them. But let's see, I'm trying to think how we play this. They're just gonna meet to combat. I guess we can go in with the elves at Liliana. I might kill one of these just to keep it alive. I actually kind of do like this. That takes him down to 1 creature, and then we got Invoke Despair. He's gonna get another card out of their hand.
Watch it.
We'll see if they pass again here. They might have another company to be problematic. Okay, now we have Grey Merchant, which... I used to kind of want to invoke. The other option here is we go like Murderous Rider, hold up, power kill. I actually think we should invoke Despair. You have a lot of cards though. My thing here is if they actually don't go company, oh, they're going to sacrifice the... no, they're going to company response, right? Ooh, that's time. Alright, they're going to sacrifice that. They do lose out on the enchantment, which cuts their mana down a little bit. It's already going to absorb attack. If I'm plussing so that the Steel League champion has to attack Liliana instead of... I think that's fine though.
Drop it.
They're forcing the Steel League champion to attack instead of just Liliana or else. Ooh, Defiler Vigor, yeah. They kind of want... The way their decks are treasure, they are kind of a little bit bigger than like traditional Green Aggro. They're going to be able to hold up company here again, which is... Oh, Henge. One of this could be problem. Okay. Sure. I have a Swamp. I want to go Murderous Rider, hold up power kill. Got a high life total, we want to kind of leverage the devotion side of things. So I want to discard the Swamp. I think I want it. So I want to casting spells. Ideally I want to draw a source of card advantage here. You can't block the Steel League champion, we're probably going to end up killing it. I'm just waiting to see basically if they activate Rangers class. Okay, they're gonna try and put the counter on Steel League champion on one of the other creatures. Probably they put it on the wolf here. Yeah, that's annoying. My will power would kill the Steel League champion. We'll take 3. Alright, so now we're both kind of out of cards, but they're ahead on board. And they have a great Henge, which is going to keep going. Ooh. Troll's pretty great. And now all their creatures cantrip. Oof. Okay, so that's not what we wanted to see. This one we'll keep in hand just to represent something. I'm going to make Gary here. Do a bit of draining. Pass the turn back. Trying to think about how we played this. Could have played this differently. Like if we don't play the Invoke Despair there, we're going Murderous Rider plus power kill, which is okay, I guess. It's quite a lot though. It's very hard to play against company, like play around company. We'll make the double block here. I'm just trying to think of the way we'll get blown out on it. I don't think so. Not on board anyway. Alright, we got a bit of lifelink in. They're gonna level up Ranger class, and now they have like infinite cards. Not infinite cards, but they can cast creatures off the top of the library. Which is a lot. Okay, Gary here. Alright, we're on the burnout plan, but they're gaining 2 life a turn. We did a nice set of draws here. Not hit Obliterator yet. You know? On the cards. So one thing about Invoke Despair, it just plays pretty poorly versus the card collector company. But hey. Alright, we power up a Llanowar Elf. We're on 20. Are they just gonna attack with the elf or the ghost? Oh no, okay. They power up the lair. Oh Oh, count on the lair is pretty decent. I'm gonna make this attack again, this block again. I'm gonna take 10, land on 12 after the lifelink. Okay. Now, this presents more of a problem for them. But, they have quite a lot of permanents lying around. We're on 12 though, we have a bit of life. See what we have, see what we have. Alright, Mammoth. Counter draw. They might just be able to play enough cards with the Gate Henge that doesn't matter. Like, they just go wide enough, the Phyrexian Obliterator only gets to block once. Ooh, Ronus is big, because that gives everything else trample too. Well, no, not everything else trample, but they can attack and then give whatever we block trample. They're looking at if they've got a good attack here. I mean, if we're not blocking now... How do we do this? Yeah, so we get a little bit of life back and have to sacrifice the power stuff. They opted to deal the damage to Phyrexian Obliterator, which they didn't have to do. But it does get it off the board. Now they're into making decisions. Okay. I mean, we cast it. We're on 14. Akanuma. Land. 5, 6, 7. Plus 4 to activate. If we have a land, then yes. The way this goes is that we put the Ronus in front. We put the Obliterator in front of the Ronus because it can't get itself. Example. New Great Henge. That's tough. I guess that makes sense. Well, Obliterator got us like in with a shot. Where are they gonna put the counter? Okay, they can't activate. There's still makes sense to block here. We land on 7. That goes back on the bottom. Alright. Looks pretty... Yeah, we're done here. We can remake an Obliterator. We're still at attack. Okay, let's go to game 2. Let's go to game 2. So here, Leyline's actually kind of interesting because of the dice effects. I think that because they're not playing the ramp deck, it doesn't really matter. Invoke Despair is kind of awkward actually, but we use Meathook Massacres should be pretty good. On our end, what do we not like? Despair was awkward, but it's not terrible. Promix is good, all the removal's good. Liana again is on the whole good, especially on the play. Liana's gonna get a lot better. How do I feel about Phyrexian Arena? We could chop a couple of those. Potentially. I'm not a huge fan of Thoughtseize because all the cards are pretty redundant. They'll kind of do the same thing. We could have stepped the cover a bit, but maybe just taking like Great Henge. Great Henge is good enough. So we should just kind of be able to keep them off it. I don't know how I feel about that. With Ileana too, we've got some discard going on. Yeah, I think bringing in like a one of violence is pretty bad. Then in terms of attraction for creatures, they've got a couple of big things, like the Sovereign's probably not what we want to be on. How do you feel about it? It works like a big answer. We've got some life gain things to keep us following the game. I think chopping like an arena is reasonable. We do still want to keep the cards coming our way. I kind of like out Thoughtseize. I was thinking about putting like a cut down on the sideboard just to have like the 5th 1-mana removal spell. It's not like excellent here, but having like access to maybe another edict or something out the sideboard might be a reasonable shout. In this spot, I'm like, do we just bring in more Despairs? This makes our top end a lot clunkier. We just leave in a couple of copies of Thoughtseize, try and grab the you know, actually, I like that. We can grab the Great Henge, that kind of thing. Okay. Need to win games 2 and 3 for the victory. Double Fatal Push is fine. Double Fatal Push to Liana when we're on the play is pretty great. Let's see what they have here. Alright, so I'm normally at the other end of this. Shaper Sanctuary is an absolutely fantastic magic card against the kind of decks we play. Against this kind of deck where we just have a bunch of kill spells and things like that. Whenever we target one of the creatures, they get to draw a card, which is pretty good. So I don't know if I want to kill this. I think I kill this, but I maybe don't even play the Liana next turn. I play it the turn after. They're gonna get to draw, which is great. Yeah, I love Shaper Sanctuary. What we want to do here is catch them, because we want to prevent the turn 4 company, which is why this is good. And we don't want to necessarily put the Liana out and down tick it into there, making a big 3-drop. We don't have the Fatal Push answer for this. 3 mana. Now we're going to untap Weekly on turn 4, and then we'll be able to untap and Grey Merger to protect it later on. So we'll down tick here, and then we're gonna, which doesn't trigger Shaper Sanctuary, fortunately, and then we'll untap Gary. Is the plan. And we've got a couple of swamps that we can start pitching because we don't need more than 5 lands. So we kind of top out. Okay. Yeah, the Ogre Troll, even while in enchantment, does still have devotion, so we do have Nykthos online. And I'm gonna Ranger class first. Smart. Might want to Fatal Push this. I'm gonna think about it. It depends what they play off in the Nykthos. Now they can make 5. Okay. Oh, they're gonna company. If we're playing around the company, I think I just want to remove blockers. Again, they're gonna get cards. It's pretty unfortunate. We want to try and find a massacre, really, which is one of the only things that makes us want to have like 6 lines in play. Sheoldred's good. Do we Sheoldred here rather than Gary? I think getting the Sheoldred in play is pretty great. Sounds pretty great to me.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Yeah, there's so many cards that can. If we're into bigger blocker than the Grey Merchant, and then also, okay, Steely Champion trades with it. Depends if they want to tap Liliana, basically. I think I give Liliana. I would have rather just keep the Soldier in play. Well, I can't block the Steely Champion. That's kind of fine. And they start the clock ticking on them. They're kind of priced into attacking Liliana here because the second Shaper Sanctuary. Because it can now Edict again, though they have Llanowar up, so maybe they just don't. Also totally possible. And they still have the creature floating on the Old Troll. I love these decks. They don't get a ton of love because they're not like super fast. And so they kind of, with Greater Henge, kind of win some of these kind of. Oh, that's good. Mid-range mirrors. Not mid-range mirrors. They win versus some of these mid-range decks, but struggle versus something like green, which will just go over the top. Or something like fires, which will just go over the top. And then they're not at the pace to necessarily keep up with aggro decks like mono white once they've got Brave the Elements. Or even red, so your spells still trigger Eidolon. Okay. This looks pretty tough for us. Aaron doesn't block any of these. They can't end step do this. Can pump and then. I go. It's a bit mana efficient. This is at 22. I mean, power work, able to crawl us some life back, and then kind of drawing towards. Sorry, not to crawl some life back. But it's kind of turn things around to this side. I want a mission here because we can't have that many things that cost 4 or 5 mana. is Kalitas, which would be pretty strong here. It's a strong sideboard case, so consider that one as well. You're putting a sideboard together. They now have infinite. So they can level up the Ranger class here. You can also just channel all this mana into giving all your creatures. Yeah. Alright. I mean, where you put the counter on one of those. Okay, I was gonna say. This is exactly lethal. With the Ranger class. Ooh, okay. Well, fair play. Alright, alright. 0-1. Let's hop into another match here. That's about 20 minutes. Should be able to play one, maybe two more. But yeah. Viewing match number 2. Alright. That was a pretty tough match versus Mono Green. Let's see what we get playing against here. I think, depending on how long this match is, we might just be a 2-match video. But we'll see. We'd like to play. Avatar 1 Thoughtseize have no removal. We have the Phyrexian, we have the Arena Obliterator Grey Merchant curve if we can keep drawing lands. So, hey. Step 1 is not to die early. Looking pretty solid. So go ahead and Thoughtseize at turn 1. Oh, okay. Black Mirror, Iara, Sheoldred. Iara is essentially a lot of card advantage, but given the cards we're seeing here, I would rather just get rid of the Sheoldred. Not have to deal with that. It does look like, as long as we draw lands, we're going to get to that thinking kind of stage. And we do have the Phyrexian Arena to help us get there. Nice. Ideally, we draw like Swamp for the next couple of turns, though. Because... oh, okay. Ah, well, this is sequenced quite nicely. So no Arena, but we have Liliana. No, they've got another creature coming next turn, but ideally we're drawing our land to play an Obliterator. The one thing about playing against Mono Black in the kind of what looks to be pretty close to a mirror match is that they're going to have straight up kill spells for Obliterators, rather than like, you know, natural stuff. I don't want to double Arena, so I think I'm fine pitching one of those. I'll plus it before we play the Obliterator though, just in case they're... I don't want to get the wrong idea.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Alright, they got rid of Swamp. They're gonna have double castle if we get to like super late game. Okay. Now we play the game. I can't believe... oh, I did the Obliterator deck attack without the Mono Black deck attack without singing the Gathering song. No Obliterator haters. No Obliterators haters. Perhaps you need to play. Hero Blade Hold, I don't think so. Alright. Oh, they have good answers. We're just gonna make an arena here. Try and get ahead on cards. And we've got Gary to kind of stabilize the loss of life later on. We'll see how much pressure they can apply themselves. We've got 2 unknown cards at the moment. Ooh, and Nighthawk Scavenger is a nice one. Is pretty large. Okay. They're drawing to some pretty good interaction though. Okay, the arena's not necessarily what we wanted. Okay, okay. So, if we go Thoughtseize Phyrexian Arena, are we dead? Think about it. We're gonna go to 12 already. And 9? 5, 6, 7... As long as we draw a Grey Merchant, we'll be alright. Then we still need to answer for the Scavenger in the air. I think we bank on them having a land in hand. I'm going to play Arena Seiko. I'm not going to cast the Thoughtseize. We're going to swear off casting the Thoughtseize. Try and preserve some life total. Okay. That takes the Gary, I presume. Yeah, because that's a way of stabilizing their life. Okay. Okay. 3, 4 to 6. Then it just depends if they have another creature on it. Right, we're going to 4, but we get to draw 3 cards. 1. That's a land for the Grey Merchant. That's another land. Another land. None of these deal with their creatures or are going to stabilize. Yeah, those are well-timed Thoughtseize. Got a game two. Alright, alright. But Mono Black did win this match. So this game. So, hey. Let's see what we saw then. I definitely want these Evoke Despairs. The Fatal Pushes look kinda medium to bad. So we did see... I don't love him. I don't mind Massacre because it does kind of go to... And they've shown quite a lot of creatures. It looks more like... they've got Children and stuff though. How do I feel about this? Dress, Go Blank. Go Blank I find pretty reasonable. Dress I'm not a big fan of. It's just we can't really tell from that game how mid-rangey they are, how like aggro-y they are. They had a couple. I'm gonna hedge a little bit. I think like one Massacre and then bringing in the Go Blanks is reasonable. But now I have to get rid of 7 cards. The Grey Merchants are doing stuff. The Phyrexian Arenas were. The cards are meant to be. The cards should be quite good. I kind of like Massacre over these pushes. Catch multiple creatures. Try and get 2 for 1s that way. I'm not cutting the Obliterators. I refuse. Versus like straight up removal, obviously they are a bit worse. To find 3 more shaves. Demon, Devil, Dragon, Angel. I don't think I want Zorin. And I think I'm going to trim a copy. No, I think we need it. I cut 1. I'm sorry. It's kind of necessary. The problem with this kind of deck is that you end up with like 12 cards at 4 and 5 and with your hand stuck full of them. But hey. Okay, so we've got 9 into the interaction, but we have, again, Grey Merchant, Obliterator, and I kind of go Black to hold us together. The thing we have to worry about is they're going to board into like a bunch of dresses Go Blacks versus us. But I don't think Mulligan helps the situation though. Alright, they also they decided to Mulligan. And again, actually, I think they've gone to 5. Sure. It's the kind of you can get punished really quickly for starting the game with less cards in your hand, versus like Thoughtseize decks that could be bringing in a bunch of hand disruption. Well, alright, Liliana helps us hold things together a little bit actually. We'll see. There we get to. Alright, well, we're gonna try this play pattern again where we go Liliana on the play. Which I guess has worked out a little worse overall in the matches we've played so far.
Off you go.
Alright, we have a new one. Go Blank. Edicts, Go Blank. These are cheap spells we can cast though, whereas the Grey Merchant's not necessarily doing much right now. Did I trim one? This can't be it. I'm not going to plus Liliana because I think our card quality is slightly better. If they have the answer to the Obliterator, they get to kill Liliana anyway. And so, here we are. Right, they're 3 mana. Have they got? If they have their own Liliana, then okay. We got Murder Shredder again. That's okay. Totally fine.
Fine.
Ideally, we want them to use one more card before we go blank, so I'm just going to Grey Merchant here. Unfortunately, there's not stable versus the Gifted Aetherborn because it's got Death Touch, but we're getting some life back. We've not lived the Grey Merchant dream so far, so they've been a little anemic. But they're the best way to kind of stabilize versus all the... Well, one of the best ways to stabilize versus all the... life loss from, like, Thoughtseiz's Arena over the course of several turns. You're kind of putting yourself on a clock, right? So, you could just play Gifted Aetherborn. Do you want a Gary here? Again, it doesn't really do anything versus these. I think because they've still got 3 cards in their hand, we want to go blank, but can't really if it. They're stuck on lands, which means realistically, unless we prevent some kind of creature threat to draw a removal spell out, this is kind of offline right now. But if they go land 4-drop, then we can go blank, but that might well be like a Sheoldred. They play. Alright, Murderous Rider. I'm gonna do this. It makes our Edict a little bit better. They can only kill one of... Oh, they can kill both. Oh no. Not worth it. We're just going down to 20. Land again. We've not hit one of our castles, unfortunately. Well, isn't this awkward? Alright. They've not hit their 4th land, but we can't actually do anything. Maybe there's a better way to mitigate.
Something suspicious is going on. It's not my fault.
You can kill Iana with the Edicts. I'm kind of glad they did it this way around rather than...
I've always hated crowds.
We'll get rid of Liliana. Kind of hoping to draw into a Massacre here. Not yet. This is rough. I'll be honest. We're on 16. We have some good draws. Come on, go Eagles. Timing. Alright, Ancient Underdog. Now they can attack the Murderous Rider just to kind of, like, we can block that, mitigate the bleeding a little bit, but does not kill it. The 12, and then 8, and then... We have not drawn very many spells, sadly. Alright, we'll take one more draw step and then we'll pick them up and go and play another match. If we don't get there. Yeah, this has been pretty rough. Well. Alright. So far my conclusion is that Grey Merchant is pretty bad. It's a pipe dream, unfortunately. We've also played kind of polarizing match. But hey. Ah, there's their Obliterator. Gary doesn't actually do anything for us here. I'm gonna scoop this up, and we'll hop into match number 3. I'll see you in the next one. Alright, we've been knocked down to the bottom of the platform on our mono black quest. Back to back losses in best of 3 here. First to mono green aggro, and then second to mono black mirror, but they were playing kind of a lot more creatures. Or a little more aggressive. This looks decent. We're missing a 3rd land. We're going to keep it. The good, solid curve, Phyrexian Arena, looking to draw it. What should get us towards that like 4th land. And we have, hey, Thoughtseiz's into Anti-removal spell. Looks solid. Turn 1 Thoughtseize to turn 2 Blossom. Not quite. Alright, they're on a Morgan to 4, we're gonna Thoughtseize them, so. Looking at these cards, you gotta assume Abzan Greasefang, but it could not be. And I'm gonna cast this. Ah! Underground River. Sultai. We don't have Delirium effects. Maybe they're dredging? Huh. Curious. Will Arena here. Yeah, no, it does appear to be dredged. That's a Scrap Heap Scrounger. Alright. So you haven't got the mana to bring this out of the graveyard. You've got the creature, but they need another mana to do it. The Removal and the Honor. That also does explain the Mulligan to 4. So they're trying to play 3-color dredge. With the current card pool, you have to take some deck building sacrifices. Yeah, that's right, Liliana. My favourite version of the dredge at the moment is blue-black. If you want to try and play it. It is tough. Do I want to make them discard cards? I think so. They're going to go end step, bring back a Graphic Scoundrel. There are some cards we don't want them to have. I don't want a second Phyrexian Arena. I'm pretty happy with the one we have. Our plan is to just make a Shield Dread here. Alright, let's just land. That is fine. Yeah. The blue-black version is very consistent, but you... like, the gets from green are quite good. You get Satyr Wayfinder, potentially Gristly Savage. The real all-star of this deck in Pioneer is Breaking Entry. Prize Amalgam. Those are the two big cards. Prize Amalgam, obviously the best card in the deck. But we do not have those on Arena yet. So I appreciate the opportunity to talk about them a bit. Oh, that's weird. Okay. I would have maybe kept playing here, because our life total is actually on 11. They got Creeping Shells, they managed to build through the right cards. If they hit some enablers, have a chance of dying. Okay, so the Go Blanks, obviously these Leyline of the Voids. I'm tempted by Duress as well. We do not want anything to do with these Invoke Despairs. I might board in a Midnight Massacre. 67, which is a lot. The Lianas are pretty bad in general. They're things like Haunted Dead. We don't actually want them to discard. As far as everything else goes, I think I'm fine with Fatal Push to the removal spells. Arena versus Gary. I'm going to have so many awkward cards. Or Shield Red. They have no good ways to... No, they might have decent ways for doing it, actually. I don't think we have to worry about Baleful Mastery. I'm going to cut that, and then I think... with these... I'm cutting Shield Red to kind of make this work. That looks alright. I still think we kind of need the Garys, because it's our only way of really gaining our life back in the deck. Interesting match, though. Love to see other people dredging around. And yeah, we did see a Creeping Shield to confirm that. Along with the Skyhoop Scavengers. There's a few different ways you can build at the minute, but again, the deck's going to get way, way better. And to the point where it might be oppressive in Best of One, with Eldritch Moon and Prize Amalgam. Sorry, Shadows Arena Shadow Remastered, which will have Prize Amalgam from Eldritch Moon. And then I'm hoping at some point we get like Returns for Ravnica remastered. That's my personal hope. Yeah, so one of the other things in green is Willow-Geist, and whenever one or more creatures, whenever one or more of your cards leaves your graveyard, put some counter on Willow-Geist. When it dies, you gain life with power. Pretty strong. No, I didn't just mulligan down for a Leyline of the Void here. I could maybe have tried like one or two, but I don't want to risk it too much. We have a very solid hand anyway. Like, we had a couple of interactive spells with a Go Blank. We've got some sideboard cards. I will kill the new... We'll say some... We'll preserve those a little bit. Okay. So number 4. The other thing is actually getting them the cards. Alright, same way finding it here. Anytime you see one of these effects, you've got to be a little careful. Ooh, hang on. Does Tyvar change things? I'm trying to think. I don't think the activated abilities, like the first ability, which is possibly the most powerful on Tyvar to give creatures activated abilities haste. I'm not like that blown away by that. However, the returning a creature from the graveyard is pretty good. Okay, that's like a big incentive. Ooh. We'll say Wayfinder in particular. Big thoughts, big thoughts. 2 cards, they have Scrappy Scrounger, not... They have another creature, it'll power these up. We want to hit a land. This hits what? An enabler. Yeah. I think we're just going to hit the Scrappy Scrounger and plan to make an Obliterator next turn. In the hope that they also maybe pitch a removal spell here. In order to maintain some enablers in hand. We'll see. What do they... Okay, Knock Amoeba. Nothing too rare. This is whenever one or more. I'm not just throwing, I promise. Not just throwing for content. It's not like I'm giving it plus like 7. Okay, new Jace as well. This is a card I was thinking about quite a bit for Dredge. Maybe I should pencil a Dredge video in for a week or so. Yeah, I promised I would do Mono Black Devotion. I think it's pretty decent, pretty solid. This is the have you got an answer for this game? They can make it small, but I don't think they can make it so they can't sacrifice any permanents. They have 4 mana though. They're kind of ramping up towards a Meteor Massacre. Yeah, so this is the danger, right? The reason I said Drace could be good in Dredge when I was doing my set review is because you can just play it and immediately, like, mill 9. And all of a sudden that's double creeping chill. We've had Willow Geist go off here. The Narcomoeba left the graveyard. This thing's huge. Do they want to attack with it though? That's the new question. We want to land because this Grey Merchant's got some work to do. This is Death Touch. And Scrounger from hand. Ah. Oh, we don't have the... We can kill some stuff. We get rid of a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 life game back. Or... What happens if we play it for 1? We play it for 1, we get 3 creatures. No, because we still can't play the... Play the game, shall we? We got a 9. They can mill themselves with Jace. Oh no, they can pump it with Scrappy Scrounger. Yeah, we need a land to get out of that. We've been able to gain 6 with the Grey Merchant. Though I'm not actually sure that gets us there either. Yeah, Jace has some explode. So the real with breaking, which is like the big Pioneer card, you get to mill 8, which is super powerful for 2 mana. And with Founding the Third Path, you can do that for free and then like mill some more cards and then do it again from your graveyard. Jace is a similar thing where you can just play it, mill 9, or if you can play it plus once, you can mill 9 and then have it still in play. Which is still pretty good, because then it's milling through every turn and drawing you cards. Yeah. Alright. Jace has impressed me a ton. You got Tavar to recur the suppliers, the Wayfinders. Yes, but Scrounger too. Unbeliever. They've not activated the... We're at 9. You can gain 1 life? Right, no, not gain a life. But 9, 5, 9. Yeah. Wait, to get... Oh, because the Scrappy... I was like, oh, it gets to 8. But no, I calculated it right the first time because the Scrappy Scrounger leaves the graveyard and the Cardiac leaves the graveyard. So, yeah. Sheesh. Okay. Alright, I did not respect the Willow Geist enough. maybe we do on this Baleful Mastery. Where else are we at that? The Mio Massacre I think is fine. Push is good. Like all the hand disruption stuff. Maybe we do mulligan for melee. Maybe we should take one mulligan for melee then if we don't have an R7. We're not going to go down to like 3 trying to find it. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Other cards for stabilizing. Shoal Dread obviously is a way to gain life back. I don't mind if we try and get rid of some of the clunk. We're doing this. How do we feel about that? Do we need Arena? If we have enough good cards versus them, then we don't. The answer. Do we need Arena? Do we need Grey Merchant? Without Grey Merchant, without Arena, we don't really need Grey Merchant. Maybe trim a couple of copies. Bring in like Sorin, gives you lifelink blockers, lets you gain life back versus Crippling Chill, who blocks Narcomoon and stuff, then we'll draw you cards eventually anyway, gives you doubles as a card advantage source. I still want to live the Grey Merchant dream. Okay. Alright, we have flipped the script all the way around here. New plan. Sideboard Plan Alpha. This time, surely we will get them. We'll play. That has the Leyline of the Void in, has lands and spells. We will keep 7 as a premium action. We will place our Leyline of the Void into play, please. Alright, so in the Sultai version of the deck, you do have better answers for enchantments. This much is true. They're going to make a Whirlgeist. This is a replacement effect? Yeah, so they never hit the graveyard. So we're on the same page here. We have Baleful Mastery, but I don't want to draw them into cards that will destroy the Leyline of the Void. You might have something like, what's the green-black spell? I can't remember. Not the not Neo Abrupt Decay, but the Destroy Total Land Permanent. Assassin's Trophy, sorry. We'll take some damage. I'm going to hold this Baleful Mastery for a bit. I don't want to cast it for 2 and give them cards. We can take a bit of damage. We're looking towards Shoal Dread, Phyrexian Obliterator, that kind of thing. Obviously, boarding out the Grey Merchants means we're not doing living our absolute Devotion Dream with the like pile of free Devotion in play. But hey, we'll see what do they mill through here? So get rid of Creeping Chill. I wonder if they're boarding into Time Rat. I think they probably are. Graphic Scrounger. Now I think I will cast one of these. Just so we don't get overrun on the board. Though I don't think I should be too worried. Yeah, I don't want to draw them towards like real payoffs. Then we're just gonna roll in towards Shoal Dread and then play behind it. Okay. We've not seen them have a blue source yet either. I'm gonna block the Scrounger. Interesting. Okay, fair. Push. Butch, no. Number 5. We have a Lily. We have a Obliterator. First. We can get back the Obliterator too with Attack Anima later on. Potentially. Okay. I want to apply pressure to them.
Nobody knows Dominaria.
I want to
shines
take this
like-
down.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Let's take out this guy, the murderous right now. There. There's those 3 to activate.
You chose the
All
wrong
right.
day to cross me.
And alright, and we have a push. You probably want to discard too. Huh? I'm just gonna leave the honor here on 1. We're gonna attack Nemo back Shield Red. My plan basically.
This isn't how things were supposed to go.
I show her here, and then we'll get them on doorstep. Ideally. We'll hold on the Battle Mastery. Just in case, but that should do it. Alright, we do get one back at the end. Unfortunately, it is Dredge that we win against, which, you know, a personal favourite of mine. But it's sweet to see the Dredge deck in action too. To see some of the new cards in it as well, which is really, really sweet. And I might have a look at putting a bit of a list together myself for a future video. Do let me know in the comments if you want to see that. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe if you've not already. I really, really appreciate it. Supports me, supports the channel, all that stuff. If you want to keep making videos. If you've got anything particular, deck-wise, you want to see, please do let me know in the comments. And other than that, have a great day, take care, and thanks for watching.